Hi guys, welcome to the brief. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Northern Italy for the first monument of the cycling season, the Primavera Classica. This is a special race, if ever there was one. 300 kilometres, and very often you have to wait for the final 30 kilometres to see the scenario unfold. With the Cipressa and Poggio climbs, the punchers and their teammates often try to turn the screw in order to eliminate the sprinters, whereas the latter hang on desperately in order to take part in the sprint on the Via Roma at the heart of Sanremo. The breakaways losing ground. At the front of the race, it's time to pick up something to eat. Another 20 or so kilometres before the riders are onto roads with a few more slopes. The breakaways losing ground.
Collective fall. It may create gaps.
The breakaways losing ground. First significant climb of the day for the men at the front, the Colle del Giovo, 6 kilometres on an average slope of 3%.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
The first riders are onto the coast. Another 50 kilometres of flat road, and then the race will enter its final chapter with the sequence of cappi, short climbs where the screw can be turned to cause problems for the pure sprinters. It's time for a final feed for the front of the race. A little under 40 kilometres before we reach the first capo.
riders up front still have something left. They're upping the pace to try to hold out till the end. Guys, we're coming to the first couple. From now on, you'll have to fight to stay at the front of the peloton. Come on, guys!
The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the peloton. Last time checked with a breakaway, 1 minute. Here's the foot of the Cipresa, the final capo. It's a climb of almost 6 kilometres, and sometimes riders try their chance from far out. But in recent race history, it's never proven to be decisive for final victory.
His teammates are leading the chase at the head of the peloton. His intentions seem clear. Win in a sprint. They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax.
Continua così! Non mollare! Tieni duro! Dai!
At the top of the Cipresa, there'll be a little over 10 kilometres to the foot of the Poggio, the final difficulty of the day. The front of the race goes over the top of the Cipresa. Only 5 kilometres before the foot of the Poggio.
Go! Another 10 kilometers. It won't be easy, but give it a try.
The race leader is onto the Poggio climb. Will he make it to the top on his own? The peloton is 1 minute away. Only a kilometre left until the top of the Poggio. A lone rider begins the descent towards San Remo. If he doesn't make a mistake on the way down, he'll win today. There's movement at the head of the peloton.
Allez, plus vite! Allez, vas-y!
That's done. The man at the front is at the foot of the descent. He's only got 2 kilometres to go. The red pennant is in sight for the man at the front. He'll be able to take the time to savour his victory.
Well done. Take time to savor it. This monument is for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want an ovation for the tops the top.
Well done, lads. Congratulations to you. We were the pre-race favourites, and you lived up to the role with... Hi, guys.
Hello and welcome to all. Welcome to the start of one of the monuments of the cycling season, the Vlaanderen Classic. It's a race for true specialists, with its narrow roads, cobblestone hills and never-ending changes of direction. This Belgian classic only crowns a highly talented rider.
The breakaway riders are increasing the gap. They are not dangerous for the overall standings. We can let them go. Go, guys! You've got to keep up the rhythm to defend the yellow jersey.
The breakaway is losing its lead. It's going to be difficult for them. The front of the race is approaching the first two cobblestone sectors of the day. A small appetizer before getting down to the serious business in 100 kilometers or so. The riders are coming to the first feed zone. The race will then enter a more intense phase, with the appearance of the first short climbs along the riders' route. New hill in sight. The Kortekeer, 1,000 metres at 6.4%. No cobblestones on this hill, though. The riders can take advantage of a well-tarmac.
The breakaway is upping the tempo at the head of the race. It does intend to be caught up that easily. Okay, we'll relay hard.
Excluding cobblestone hills, the riders are now onto the penultimate cobblestone sector, Haag-Hoek. 2,000 metres. It will be immediately followed by the Le Berg, a 950-metre hill with an average slope of 4.2%. Riders will soon be at the Mecca of cycling, the Muur van Gerardsbergen. Now that it sits far from the finish, its role as final arbiter, lined inside the final kilometres, no longer applies. But it still remains a strategic location that could decide the race. The second feed zone is in sight for the front of the race. Serious business will soon begin with a succession of closely spaced hills. Here we go again, starting with the Pottelberg, 1,350 metres on an average slope of 6.5%. Now the Rieberg stands before the riders, 1 kilometre on an average slope of 6.5%. From the top, the riders will drop down into the town of Kluisbergen for a second ascent to the Oude Kvaremont. Now on towards the Paterberg for the front of the race. The riders are at the foot of the daunting Koppenberg, 600 metres at an average of 12% and a maximum slope of 22%, a real wall. The race will now take to the final cobblestone sector on the route. It has the particularity of harbouring a hill that sits in the middle of the sector, the Steenbeek Dries.
Understood. We'll stick to the wheels in front, whatever happens.
It's the turn of the Tyenberg to be climbed by the riders.
A teammate has just been dropped. You can't count on him any longer. They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax.
The Kreuzberg is 2.5 kilometers long, an average of only 5%, but after 240 kilometers in the saddle, it will surely appear too much for many riders.
Bleib dran!
You have 30 seconds on the peloton.
The final climb of the Ude-Quaremont has begun.
Bleib dran! Weiter! Die Pedale! Bleib dran!
Allez plus vite.
Okay, I'll consume a feed.
On te suit!
A lone rider goes over the top of the Ude-Quaremont. Now on towards the Paterberg.
Our sprinter isn't looking good. He's being left behind.
Hop, hop, hop! On attaque, allez, on bouge!
At the top of the Paterberg, one man is alone up front. He looks well set to win, but he mustn't ease up.
Change of leader in the overall youth standings.
Auf geht's!
Allez, allez.
Go, go!
Die Pedale.
Allez, on lâche rien!
Only 10 kilometers left now. It's flat all the way to the line.
He's accelerating behind. Watch out!
Watch out, he's going on the attack. Final kilometre for the man at the front. He mustn't crack. His pursuers are right behind.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want an ovation for the champion who is a beat. We can...
Well done, lads. Congratulations to you. Hi, guys. Let's start.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to one of the main events of the cycling season, the mythical Paris-Roubaix. With its flat terrain and numerous cobbled sectors, this classic offers an atypical route where a rider's condition is as important as luck if he is to hope for victory. 1 minute for the breakaway. It's looking good.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
The time gap between the peloton and the breakaway is decreasing. One minute for the breakaway. It's looking good.
The gap is increasing. We don't need to ride for now. There's nobody dangerous for us in the breakaway.
The first sectors of cobblestone are approaching. While it is still too early to make any big moves, the pace of the race should accelerate. The sectors are classified according to a system of stars and colours. The most difficult to cross are rated as 5 stars and are recognisable by the black markers that designate the entry. A new sector, number 25, also quite long with its 3,000 metres of cobblestone. At the end of the next sector, the riders will reach the first feed zone, a few moments of rest before facing the remaining 23 sectors. Here we go again. From Vertin to Saint-Martin-sur-Écaillon, a 2,300-metre sector is awaiting the riders. The next sector is approaching for the front of the race. This is the first in a sequence of 3 sectors that will come one straight after the other, making for almost 6 kilometres of road without tarmac.
Well, there's not much going on today.
In less than 10 kilometres, the first riders will be on to the Trench of Arenberg, first key sector for the favourites of this Paris-Roubaix. But beforehand, they will have to cross the demanding Haveluy to Wallers sector, classified as 4 stars. The first riders are leaving the Trench of Arenberg. It's time to take stock of the damage and the forces still present, to see who will put his stamp on the race.
Teammate is beginning to lose touch.
It is now the longest sector of the race, and one of the most difficult that awaits the riders. 3,700 metres long, from Ornain to Wandigny, it offers a real opportunity to turn the screw. The approaching sector, from Warlin to Brillion, is 2,400 metres long. When they exit, the riders will have no time for a breather, because there's hardly 1 kilometre before they hit the next sector. Sector 13 for the front of the race, 1,400 metres. It's now the turn of the Orchy sector to welcome the riders, 1,700 metres of cobblestone. Sector 11 has begun, 2,700 metres from Auchy-les-Orchy to Bercy. The race is entering the final 50 kilometres, and the next sector is none other than Mont-Pével. Classified as a difficulty 5 and 3 kilometres long, this sector is often described as an ordeal. When it's over, some riders will certainly be eliminated from the list of prospective winners. A 2-star sector is now on the menu. The difficulty of the sectors will then increase until the Carrefour de l'Arbre. Less than 30 kilometres to go now for the head of the race, and another 6 sectors to cross. The next 2 sectors, classified as 3 stars, are only 1 kilometre apart. The riders won't have time for a breather. The riders are now heading towards the Confins-Pével and Carrefour de l'Arbre sectors, both often proving decisive for final victory.
Come on, guys, go, go!
Bunched peloton.
Okay, I'm coming to protect you.
The front of the race is now entering the Confins-Pével sector. The riders will then head straight onto the Carrefour de l'Arbre, the final 5-star sector in the race.
Okay, we'll consume a feed.
Now it's the Carrefour de l'Arbre. With its 5-star difficulty, this is the last sector that really provides a chance to hurt one's opponents. Very often, the first rider out of this sector goes on to win in Roubaix.
Okay, I'll consume a feed.
Bleib dran! Bleib dran! Hopp, hopp, hopp! Allez!
Allez, plus vite, continue comme ça.
Weiter, weiter!
Penultimate sector for the leading riders.
Okay, I'm coming to protect you.
There's only one sector left to be crossed. Will it allow the men at the front to sort out a hierarchy? He's accelerating.
Go, guys! You've got to keep up the rhythm to defend the yellow jersey.
Allez les gars, courage. Bravo les gars, c'est bien.
The riders are all back together. Everything will be played out in the final kilometres. Watch out, he's trying to get away on a counter-attack. Here's the last sector, 1,400 metres from Willems to Hem. When it's done, there will only be 6 kilometres left before reaching the velodrome. Watch out, he's trying to catch up the sprinters. Another 5 kilometres for the lead rider. He mustn't let up because he doesn't have much of a lead.
Allez, on y va.
Attack behind! You've got to react, guys!
The man in front is into the velodrome. One more lap and it's the finish.
Change of leader in the overall youth standings.
He has managed to tame the hell of the north and its cobblestones. He's in sparkling form, and you can clap him loudly. He tops...
The podium is good, but I was expecting more from you. We should have won. Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this day.
Hello and welcome to Belgium for one of the most eagerly awaited classics of the year, Liège-Bastogne-Liège. With its very demanding route that takes in numerous short climbs, this monument is the holy grail for all punchers.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed. The breakaway riders are increasing the gap. They are not dangerous for the overall standings. We can let them go.
Time gap stabilized.
Breakaway riders are increasing the gap. They are not dangerous for the overall standings. We can let them go.
Time gap stabilized.
The breakaway is upping the tempo at the head of the race. It doesn't intend to be caught up that easily.
The front of the race is now going through Bastogne, from where the riders turn back towards Liège. There are 150 kilometers left in the race. The breakaway is losing its lead. It's going to be difficult for them. The breakaway has reached the very steep Côte de Saint-Roch, 1 kilometer on an average slope of 11%. The riders will then enter the first feed zone.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
The breakaway is losing its lead. It's going to be difficult for them. The riders are now going through Vielsalm, a town that marks a new phase in the race, because from now on, climbs will come one after the other, right to the finish. A new difficulty along the riders' way with the Côte de Vannes, 3.6 kilometers on an average slope of 5.1%.
The gap is growing. Don't worry. They're not well placed in the overall standings.
Next up on the menu is the Côte de la Haute Levée, 3.6 kilometres on an average slope of 5.6%. The riders are about to climb the Col du Rosier. At almost 4.5 kilometres, it's the longest descent on the route. At the top, there will be 60 kilometres to go. The riders will be able to take feed and have a quick breather before starting on the final portion of the race. And it's 4 remaining difficulties: the Col du Maquisard, Côte de la Redoute, Côte des Forges and the Roche au Faucon. The riders will now drop down towards the renowned Côte de la Redoute, where the supporters of Philippe Gilbert gather to cheer the local hero. With its 2 kilometres at almost 9% and sections at 20%, the Côte de la Redoute is a true wall. It's a moment to turn the screw or to abandon all hope of victory. Last time check with a break away, 1 minute. He's trying to get out of the peloton. Watch out! There are 2 obstacles left on the menu: the Côte des Forges and the Côte de la Roche au Faucon.
Okay, I'm coming to protect you. The gap is growing. Don't worry. They're not well placed in the overall standings. The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed. The breakaway is unlikely to go all the way, guys. Watch out for counter moves.
Bravo les gars, c'est bien.
Penultimate difficulty of the day for the man in front, the Côte des Forges. Counter-attack at the front of the peloton. The Belgian Jasper Stuyven is a proven road racer. He has no hesitation in going it alone. He's a regular at the front.
Go, guys. You've got to keep up the rhythm to defend the yellow jersey.
He's trying to get out of the peloton. Watch out.
His team is riding for the overall standings. The front of the race will struggle to widen the gap.
Weiter so, Jungs! Haut rein, Leute!
The man in the front will soon be onto the Rochefoucauld. If he goes over the top alone, he can start to think of victory. "30 seconds lead for the head of the race."
Your opponents are upping the pace to hold off the peloton.
The Rochefoucauld didn't see any rider make a getaway, but there's still a long rising false flat on which to edge clear. If that doesn't do it, it's likely to be decided in a sprint. The road is now free of climbs. The riders will soon be onto the big boulevards, and so it will be almost impossible to surprise one's opponents.
Here we go!
He's trying to get out. Watch out!
Allez plus vite!
He's being left behind. It's good news for the overall standings.
Now it's downhill to the finish. The sprint looks inevitable. Attack! No need to ask questions. He's moving onto the attack. Attack! No need to ask questions. He's turning the screw. We'll have to keep something in reserve if we want to get away in the final kilometers. Breakaway over.
It'll come down to a sprint. Don't overdo it. Keep an eye on the others and let them make the effort. Go on! You can do it!
He's trying to get out. Watch out! Final kilometre. Victory will be decided in the sprint.
He has mastered the difficulties of the Ardennes. He's a...
The podium is good, but I was expecting more from you. It's the final stage, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to northern Italy for the Giro di Como, with a sequence of Madonna del Ghisallo, Muro di Sormano, Civiglio and San Fermo della Battaglia in the last 70 kilometres. There's no doubt about it. A strong man will claim victory today.
The breakaway riders are increasing the gap. They are not dangerous for the overall standings. We can let them go. The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
The race leaders begin the first difficulty of the day, the ascent of the Colle del Gallo, 5.7 kilometres on an average slope of 7.1%.
The breakaway riders are increasing the gap. They are not dangerous for the overall standings. We can let them go.
The breakaway is losing its lead. It's going to be difficult for them.
The gap is widening. No need to panic, guys. There's nobody dangerous for the overall standings. The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the peloton.
The gap is widening. No need to panic, guys. There's nobody dangerous for the overall standings.
The front of the race will soon be getting down to the serious business. After a ride along the shore of Lake Como, the assault will begin on the first real difficulty on the route, the Madonna del Ghisallo.
A teammate has just been dropped. You can't count on him any longer.
Okay, I'm coming to protect you.
Grandissima vittoria! Forza ragazzi! Bravi ragazzi!
The first riders are onto the downhill section. If they still have a clear head, they'll soon spot the chapel at the top of the climb. Declared the patroness of cyclists, the Madonna del Ghisallo's chapel has become the spiritual home of cycling. It contains many artifacts, including some that once belonged to legendary riders such as Bartali, Coppi, Merckx or Moser, a shrine to be visited by old cycling fans. The front of the race is finished with the Madonna del Ghisallo. It will now head towards Sormano and its horrendous wall, whose gradient averages out at 15%.
Bravo les gars, c'est bien!
The breakaway is unlikely to go all the way, guys. Watch out for counter moves.
Forza ragazzi, coraggio! Grandissima vittoria! Sei il più figo! Grandissima vittoria ragazzi, continuate! Forza ragazzi, coraggio!
If climbing the Muro di Sormano is an exploit in itself, simply reaching the foot is no easy matter. That entails a 5-kilometre climb at almost 7%.
The gap is growing. Don't worry. They're not well placed in the overall standings.
Forza ragazzi,
Tenete duro! Bravo, bravo! Forza ragazzi, coraggio! Sei il più figo! Forza ragazzi, coraggio! Tenete duro! Sei il più figo!
Last time checked with a breakaway, 1 minute.
Bravi ragazzi! Sei il più figo! Forza ragazzi, continuate! Grandissima vittoria! Vai campione! Forza ragazzi, continuate! Non mollate!
30 seconds lead for the head of the race.
Forza ragazzi!
We'll have to keep something in reserve if we want to get away in the final kilometers. Breakaway over. The first riders have reached the village of Sormano. They will now start climbing the horrendous wall, and its percentages of over 20%. It's a decisive moment when the strong men will inevitably edge clear.
He's being left behind. It's good news for the overall standings.
A rider in a class of his own, with numerous wins in the Ardennes and Flanders Classics, only Milan-San Remo is missing from Philippe Gilbert's list of achievements. Primoz Roglic is a stage race specialist. Despite his massive disappointment on the 2020 Tour de France and his abandon in 2021, he's always managed to re-motivate himself to win the Tour of Spain. It's a race that he's won 3 years in a row, and the series is ongoing. He may aim for a place in the overall standings, but his manager could ask him to devote himself to the other team leader if his own performance is below expectation. In 2019, Tadej Pogačar was the revelation in stage races, with 3 wins on the Vuelta and a 3rd place in the general classification. It didn't take long to confirm this success. 2 years later, he's added 2 Tour de France, a Liège-Bastogne-Liège, and a Tour of Lombardy to his list of achievements. And this at only 23 years of age. Quite simply outstanding. He's one of the favourites for the race and the undisputed leader of his team. Watch out for him.
They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax.
The descent is over, and now it's the second feed zone for the front of the race. The road will be far more even over the next 15 kilometres or so. That is, right to the foot of the next obstacle, the Civiglio. The head of the race arrives in Como. Now there's a little over 20 kilometres left and 2 obstacles to be cleared. The Civiglio and the San Fermo de la Battaglia. He's trying to get out. Watch out!
Go, guys. You've got to keep up the rhythm to defend the yellow jersey. The breakaway will, no doubt, go all the way, lads. But watch out for attacks in the closing kilometers. He's being left behind. It's good news for the overall standings.
We'll have to keep something in reserve if we want to get away in the final kilometres. Whether on mountain stages or on hills, he's to be taken seriously as he climbs well. At the top of the Civilio, the outcome is still not sure for the men in front. Things will be decided on the San Fermo della Battaglia climb. The descent brings the riders towards Como and the final difficulty of the day, the San Fermo della Battaglia. There are 10 kilometres left before the finish. The last challenge of the race is underway. The 2.7 kilometres of the San Fermo della Battaglia on an average slope of 7.2%. It's short, but it's enough to edge clear and finish alone. Barely 5 kilometres left for one of the two men in front to come to the fore. Even then, it's not won because the chasers are right behind.
Go on! You can do it! Start your sprint at the right moment.
He shook off his rivals and was first on. He's in. He tops the.
Great, guys! I wasn't expecting anything from this stage.